All right. So, Kalenna, tell the fans who may not know who you are, tell them about you.
Well, I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was born to my mom was 16 when she had me, so what I mean, I was born to a teen mom, and so coming from Philly, I have a deep rooted background of music. She used to sing to me all the time. My grandmother would sing, and at 3, I started traveling. I was a military brat, so I traveled all over the world till I was about 17 years old. You know what I mean? Once I graduated from high school, I decided to really, indulge in my music career, and I started writing for other artists, and I was definitely doing my own solo project. And my first placement was with Christina Milian, and then I went on to write for JC Chavez from NSYNC, and to write with Rich Harrison from Richcraft Music, and just keep going building my craft. And then I did an answer back to Usher's Confessions. And that's when I was signed to my independent label in Atlanta. I did an answer back to Usher's Confessions, but it took off on the radio, and it was really big. I was doing shows, and I was on radio, and all of that different things, all of those different things. It was just really taking off for me, and then I decided to be a mom. And I mean, and that was crazy because I know, like, my label, the independent label, was looking at me like, how, in the midst of you're getting ready to sign a deal, and the Usher Confessions is taking off, you're doing shows. I decided to be a mom, and I said that, I really felt like I owed my son, the time that he deserved, by taking time off and, giving it to him. And even though I was very young when I had my son, I still felt so motherly and felt like it was a duty for me to do in life is be a mom. And after 6 weeks after I had my son, I was back in the studio because things got a little rough. After everybody took their hands off you in the music industry, you have to figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was like, it was one of those things where I had to just kind of jump back into writing really heavy, and I would have like seven sessions going on at one time. I don't know how I did it with the sun, and it's just trying to juggle my career and just do it all. And in the midst of that, I met Big John, and John signed me to my deal and put me in with Rodney Jerkins. I'm giving you the long story short, and we had like 20 something placements. I got placements on Sierra Fantasy Ride. I had 3 6 Mafia Shake My. I had the Click Girls. I mean, the list goes on. Aretha Franklin, Fantasia at the time. I mean, like Charlotte Church. It was crazy. Slim Thug. I mean, I could just name so many different people that I had collaborated with, and I had crossed paths with Puff a couple times. Back early on in my career, I won the Burger King Music Fest, and that was right around the time I had the Usher's Confession. And the prize for winning the contest was to open up for T.I. and Faith Evans and, of course, B5, which Puff had, a heavy hand in dealing with their career at the time. And I crossed paths with him then, and I crossed paths with him one more time right before I signed my deal because he was like, you're such an amazing writer. Cool girl. And I was like, cool. And then, so after, signing with EMI and having all those placements, Big John decided that it was only right for me to go on with Diddy and, because we had the same energy and all, so that's a little bit of my background. I just love doing what I do. I've been doing it forever.
Cool. Now, who are your musical inspirations and why?
My musical inspirations, I mean, they range wide and far few in between. Michael Jackson is definitely one, and he was an inspiration for me. I mean, just like anyone else, he was just an amazing entertainer in his spirit. I felt like we had kindred spirits. I mean, to put in layman's terms, I felt like we came from the same planet. He found beauty in the things that I found beauty in, and so being that we had kindred spirits and loving music, it was a way for me to express myself the same way he did. I love Prince was daring. He took risks, and he wasn't scared of trying new things. And Jimi Hendrix, because he went up against the odds. Um, you know, the fact that he was playing a right-handed guitar with his left hand, I mean, he just flipped it over, and you think he's playing G down instead of, instead of the other way around. So it was just amazing that he could do what he did, and just, he wasn't the best vocalist, but the words, the way he would, hey, Joe, where you going? that gun in your hand. You know, he was just so expressive with his lyrics. So it was dope. And maybe one more, Marilyn Manson. Growing up and seeing him, he was a real rock star. He was like the rock star of my generation. You understand what I'm saying? He was
Right.
like, to this day, I haven't seen a true rock star like Jimi Hendrix. I mean, I said Jimi Hendrix. I mean Marilyn Manson. You know what I'm saying? Marilyn was like the equivalent of Metallica in one person. It was dope. So you know, those are some of my musical inspirations. I mean, the list goes on. Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, Little Kim. I mean, I love all of those people because they were just so expressive and not afraid of being who they were.
Right.